Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with Lesson 57, What Shall I Do Then with Jesus? Of International Esoteric and Illuminated Bible Lessons by R. Swinburne Clymer. International Esoteric Bible Lessons prepared for the Sunday Schools of the Church of Divine Illumination, Matthew 27th chapter, 20th verse to 45th verses. Golden text. What shall I do then with Jesus, which is called Christ? How many of us have asked ourselves that question and have answered it with the crucifixion of the flesh? Jesus was the purified flesh which held the soul, or Christ. He was purified because he yielded not his body to the demands and sinfulness of the multitudes of evil. All purified flesh is the flesh of Jesus, and when we attain this condition, we attain the Christ. You will ask, why then is it necessary to crucify the flesh if it were purified? For this reason only, it was a final test between the desire for a physical life or the spiritual life. If he had preferred to remain in the physical, he could not attain Adeptship or Christhood. Verse 24, when Pilate saw that he could not prevail nothing, but rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. We have experienced the same opposition and confusion when we try to point out to the material lustful minds the truth and splendor of the Christ. Pilate made all efforts to induce the multitude to recognize the Christ, but without avail. He was not the persecutor, but the judge of the Christ, and he judged rightfully within himself. Verse 25, then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and on our children. And it was so, and remains unchanged to this day. Materialism, which are the many subtle illusions and snares of the world and all flesh. Barabbas, the robber, is preferred and set free to go on robbing and destroying, while the Son of Righteousness is cast out. Verse 29, and when they had plaited a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head, and a reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him, and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews. Verse 30, and they spit upon him, and took the reed, and smote him on the head. All this, innocent and suffering, he neither murmured nor complained. Verse 31, and after that they had mocked him, they took the robes off from him, and put his own raiment on him, and led him away to be crucified. If we should see a mortal man, even though he is guilty of a crime, suffering and scourged and jeered at, we would feel pity and sorrow for him, but we as blindly and unfeelingly murder and destroy the soul within us as the multitude attempted to destroy the Christ. Verse 32, and when he was athirst, they gave him vinegar to drink mingled with gall, and when he tasted thereof, he would not drink. When our soul cries out to us in hunger and athirst, what do we give it to drink? Are we with the multitude that gives the vinegar and gall, or the Christ who would not drink of their bitterness? Verse 36, sitting down they watched him there. Verse 37, and set up over his head accusations written, This is the King of the Jews. This purified flesh, which is the king above all evil flesh. And while he was dying, they reveled and mocked him the more. To the material sense, he was a man who differed from them and the elders in the traditions of their beliefs. This is all they saw. They were man-made men and worshipped and served a man-made God. They lived under man-made laws, so could not see beyond man. They could see nothing but the material and would naturally condemn all that differed with them. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.